welcome back to my channel. My name is Mia and this is Rise and Yoga. Today I want to talk to you guys about the things you should do before you go to your very first yoga class. There's a surprising amount of things to think about, so I'm going to talk you through them so you'll be totally prepared to go to your first class at a studio or a gym. Before we start off, I'm really sorry about the sound if you can hear cars. It's kind of wet today, so it's extra noisy, but I am working on it, so hopefully there won't be car sounds for too much longer. And also, I just thought I'd show you, I got this yesterday from AMPLIFY Kombucha. They've sent me little samples. They're a new brand from Sydney and they've hand delivered me these samples to try and show you guys. I haven't tried them yet. I am yet to like a kombucha, so if I like it, you know it'll be good. I've got the ginger lemon flavour and the raspberry lime, so stay tuned for my ruling on these. I just thought it was really nice and they came in a bucket, which is sick. Okay, let's get straight into it. So the first thing you need to do before you go to your first yoga class is to find the type of class that you want to go to. Whether you're looking for something that's more relaxing or give you more of a workout, maybe you want to get sweaty, maybe you're working on flexibility, strength, maybe you want to lose weight. There are loads of different styles that you can go for. Generally, I would suggest if you're a beginner at yoga, then you go for a hatha style, which will allow you to hold the poses for a little bit longer to make sure you get the right alignment, and it's generally a little slower pace to begin with, even though it'll still stretch and strengthen you and give you a workout as well as being relaxing at the same time. There are lots of funny names like Hatha, Vinyasa. You might look at like Iyengar or Acro Yoga, Aerial Yoga, Bikram, Hot yoga. There are so many different types. Hip hop yoga. So just have a look into all the different types of yoga and see which one suits your goals and meets your needs. The next thing you're going to want to do is find a studio or a teacher. So again, jump on Google, look at what is in your area. Ideally you want somewhere close. Also, again, looking at what you want to get out of the class. Do you want to go somewhere that specializes in something specific? Like, do you want to do more meditation or do you want to do more like hot style of things? Basically just have a look at some different studios or gyms around, have a look at some reviews, maybe check out some teachers' Instagrams or things like that, check them out on Facebook and just see which one speaks to you, because the environment that you put yourself into is going to make a huge difference to your class. Definitely put a lot of effort, if you can, into finding a place that you think will meet your needs and suit your personality. The next thing you're going to want to do is, of course, find a time. So go onto the studio that you've picked, find their timetable and looking for a time that suits you. Usually there are lots of classes in the mornings and at night, because obviously people are usually busy during the day, although most studios will have lunchtime classes as well. Have a look at the timetable and find a time that suits you and see what types of classes there are. Okay, so on the day that you're going to your class, first thing you need to pick is what you're going to wear. For my classes, I always recommend that people wear clothes that they're comfortable in. We prefer for you to be in tight fitted clothes just because it helps us to see your bodies and check that your alignment is in the right way. It's not like, oh, come out wearing your best, most expensive yoga pants. Just find something you're comfortable in and that you can move in, and you know that the teacher will be able to see you in so that you don't hurt yourself. Also, a lot of people find it actually really distracting to have jewelry on during a yoga class, so I would recommend taking off all your jewelry that you feel comfortable with. Like, you might be fine with a couple earrings or rings, but I would recommend taking off bracelets, necklaces, anklets, particularly things that jingle, because if they're jingling and moving around throughout the class, it can be really disruptive both for you and the people around you. So try and take off anything that's going to make a noise, or if you've got a necklace that'll flop down onto your face if you go upside down into a downward dog or something like that, maybe take those ones off because they could get annoying. As to what to bring with you, most studios will supply yoga mats if you don't have one. However, you can get them super cheap from like Kmart if you need one. But yeah, check up with your studio before you head in whether they supply them. So usually you won't need to bring one. You also probably want to bring a sweat towel because it can be surprisingly sweaty and you can slip around a little bit at at times. So bring a sweat towel. I definitely recommend that one. I've had way too many times where I've been slipping down. Also bring a water bottle. Really important to stay hydrated through any form of exercise. You can also bring your phone, of course. We bring them everywhere with us these days. But I highly encourage you to turn it off. Not just on silent, turn it off. Because even the little vibrations going through the cupboard or the floor or the walls, they are disruptive, particularly if you're like meditating or you're in your relaxation and you hear these little buzz all the time. If you go to a class of 20 people and you have 20 phones going off every now and then, it's super annoying. But definitely make sure at least on silent, but preferably turn it off, really do, trust me. Okay, so once you get to the yoga studio or gym, really important if it's your first time, go have a chat to the teacher. Let them know who you are, that you haven't done this before or that you have done bits and pieces. Let them know, really important. Tell them if you have any injuries, even things that have happened to you in the past, little niggly things, or any particular health conditions that you think they might need to know. If you've had a baby within the last year, potentially 2 years, depending on how much exercise you've done within that time. If you are pregnant, definitely let your teacher know. There are quite a few specifications of what you can and can't do when you're pregnant in yoga, depending on where you are in your pregnancy. Even little things like you've got a bad wrist today or you dislocated your knee 5 years ago. Like, honestly, things like that, let them know, because it can actually change certain ways that they are going to run the class or teach, and it will definitely change the way that you want to run your practice. If you're worried or nervous about it, let them know as well, because if it's a good teacher, they'll make a special effort to make sure that you feel welcome and to make sure that they communicate to you exactly what you should be doing the whole time, so you don't feel lost at all. If you build that relationship with your teacher as soon as you get there, it'll be a much better experience for you. Because you want to talk to your teacher, try and arrive about 15 minutes before the class starts, just in case they're busy doing things. You want to get yourself set up, have a look around the place, make sure you feel comfortable before the class actually starts. So try and arrive about 15 minutes before it starts. During the class, depending on what kind of style you're doing, it could be a whole manner of different things happening, but you want to really try and allow yourself to have an open mind. Rather than making judgments about anything that's happening during the class or feeling bad about yourself, or maybe, I know I went to some classes when I was still a dancer and thinking, I'm better than all of these people, and that's not the thoughts that you want to be having. Just have an open mind, allow yourself to experience the class, and you can make the judgments afterwards. So just let it happen. Trust me, it'll make you have a much more comfortable and happy experience while you're in there. Try not to make any judgments until you're done. I know that's really hard. Once you're done with the class, go have another chat to your teacher. Personally, when I run classes and I have someone new, I will always try and debrief with them afterwards, see how they went, how they felt about the whole thing. Maybe I can make them feel better. I know that a lot of people come into both yoga and Pilates classes for the first time, they do it and they think, oh my god, there's no way I can do this. But then I notice that they're doing all the really hard options, or they're doing particular things in a way that would make it harder for them. Then I can give them the advice to make it easier or more successful. So really important, go have a chat to your teacher, and honestly, let them know if there's something that you didn't like about it, because chances are they'll be able to talk you through why they do that certain thing or change it. You know, I always tell my classes to give me feedback, and I rarely get it. And I do think that that is people trying to be nice and polite, but I honestly appreciate it when people give me feedback or criticism that is constructive. Do not be afraid to go and tell your teacher if you didn't like a particular bit. And then you want to debrief with yourself. So think about, was that the environment that you wanted to be in? Was that the type of or style that you thought it would be? Was it good, bad? How did your body feel throughout it? And again, don't expect it to be perfect on the first go. You've got a whole journey ahead of you. A lot of studios or gyms have like a couple week trials that you can go on for like really cheap prices. So maybe go through the trials, try different styles and times and teachers, and see how you go. That is basically it. Super easy, hey? If you have any more questions about what you should do for your very first yoga class at a studio or gym, feel free to pop them in the comments below or send me a message on any of my socials. Remember to follow me on all the links, like and subscribe, it really helps me out. Let me know what you liked, disliked about this video. And also in the comments, please put your very first yoga class experience. I will see if I can remember what mine was and put it in as well. We will have a chat. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!